Oscar Wells Gabriel has more.
An appeals court in Chicago has agreed with attorneys for the disgraced Empire actor that Jussie Smollett can be free pending the appeal of his conviction on charges of staging his own hate crime. Last week, a Cook County judge sentenced Smollett to start serving his 150-day jail term immediately. The appeals court ruling means he can be released on a personal recognizance bond of $150,000. Smollett's attorneys had argued that he would have finished his sentence by the time the appeals process would have made its way through the courts. I'm Oscar Wells Gabriel.
A group of New Orleans residents whose homes were built on a toxic landfill decades ago have won a $75.3 million court judgment against the city, its housing authority, and the local school board. You'll find more of these stories at townhall.com. From Washington, I'm Bob Agnew.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I know what you're expecting to hear right now, the announcement of today's KSVIP. Well, I don't have a name for today, and I need your help. If you know someone who needs to be recognized for being a very special person, call right now, 746-2751. Ask for Tana and schedule a KSVIP. Your special someone will be recognized at this time all day long on their day, and they'll receive a flower courtesy of Lovebud Floral in Artesia. So call today and schedule your KSVIP.
Just too white and nerdy. Can't you see I'm white and nerdy? Look at me, I'm white and nerdy. I wanna roll with the gangsters, but so far they all think I'm too white and nerdy. I'm just too white and nerdy. Think I'm just too white and nerdy. I'm just too white and nerdy. Really white and nerdy. My class there at MIT. Got skills, I'm a champion of D&D.
Well, good morning and welcome once again to the Good Morning Artesia radio show. We're going to have a abbreviated version of the show today, but that's okay. We're just going to skip the 9 o'clock hour, as it's just little old me. Oh, man. We've had some fun computer issues the last couple of days, and so now after I have to re-log into a computer, even though I tell it to remember my credentials. Let's see, let's try this. But anyway, we have what? Login failed? There it goes. Okay. Anyway, we had the City of Champions, or the Artesia Baseball tournament that starts today. And there's games that actually start at, well, that's not the one I want to connect to. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm sorry. I'm sitting here fighting computer issues again, which seems to be a common everyday occurrence. But no, what it was, we've been trying to fix some nagging problems that popped up after the time change. Not sure that they're related to anything, but, well, where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Okay. Import. Yes, that's it right there. Ha ha! I found it. So if I hit that, that'll be done. All right. I would tell you what's coming up on the show today, but I left my phone in another room. So, and then there's that thing again doing that. We're just off to a really great start today, aren't we? Let's see. Do I even have on this profile the calendar? Let's see. Let's try this profile. Nope, it's not on there. It's not there. It's not there. Let's see. Okay, I see. There we go. We have the Haven of Hope update today. That's coming up in the 8 o'clock hour. We have our Senior Center report. That's coming up in the 8 o'clock hour. And then nothing in the 9 o'clock hour, as we are going to be taking a bunch of stuff over to Brainerd Baseball Park and setting up. There's 4 baseball games today, and we're going to share with you those games, and we're going to try, knock on wood, to stream all of the games that we are going to cover today. We're going to try to stream all of the games that are played. We're going to try to cover all of the games today. Of course, we'll do a more involved broadcast tonight when we have the Bulldog baseball game, because they play the 7 o'clock game tonight. A couple of changes in the softball tournament. I was talking with Coach Polito yesterday, and the Dexter team does not have a large squad, but a lot of the softball team members are also cheerleaders. And as you may or may not be aware, there's a big cheerleading competition, state competition this weekend. So Dexter could not be in the Friday games, so they had to immediately forfeit and go over to the Saturday games. And Carlsbad girls, who we saw Tuesday night down in Carlsbad, missed out on a game. So they had an open game on their schedule. So tomorrow, in the noon game tomorrow, you're going to get to see the Carlsbad Cave Girls. Now, they're not competing in the tournament. Dexter will take over in the Saturday games. But Carlsbad is going to be in the softball tournament, one game, the noon game on Friday. And that's a pretty good softball team. So in addition to Artesia being a pretty good softball team, if you want to watch a really good softball team play, I think they're taking on Los Lunas. Again, it's in the other room with my other stuff. But that was one change that happened in the softball tournament bracket for this weekend, which we found out yesterday when they got that all taken care of. So, yeah, we're looking forward to an exciting 3 days of sports. Baseball today, baseball tomorrow, baseball Saturday, and then softball on Friday and Saturday. So follow along with us. The baseball games will be on the Bulldog Baseball channel at KSVPTV.com. And the softball games will be on the Artesia Lady Bulldogs softball channel tomorrow, starting at noon, with the game with Carlsbad, who needed a game to make up because they missed a game in a tournament last weekend. So they had a game left on their schedule, and it worked out. So Carlsbad, again, they're not in the tournament per se. Win or lose, they are not playing on Saturday, I don't think. Yeah, I think they move on. So anyway, let's get started with our weather. it's the first day of the tournament. What are we going to see?
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Gusty wind today as low pressure and a cold front cross our area. Our high stays around 60, and we do have a slight chance of a shower or two around the Roswell area. Fair elsewhere. Partly cloudy overnight and upper 20s and breezy, and then we get sunshine back on Friday, but still cool. We'll be in the low 60s, back into the 70s and fair for the weekend. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
Thank you, Steve. Right now, we have mostly sunny skies, 49 degrees.
Every breath you take.
The humidity is at 29%. The dew point is 18 degrees. Our winds are westerly at 15 miles per hour. Pressure at 29.68 and rising. Air quality index is 42, so we have good air quality. Our sun will set at 7:07 this evening and will rise at 7:03 tomorrow morning. And it is going to be windy today. The winds really aren't going to die down until 9 o'clock tonight. So it's just going to be a breezy day throughout the day today. Friday and Saturday are looking great. Little cooler tomorrow, partly cloudy and 63. And then Saturday, lots of sun and 74 for the high. So it's going to be, today's going to be the windy day. And then tomorrow and Saturday are going to be just great for the baseball and softball tournaments. Carlsbad is sunny and 55, mostly sunny and 54 in Roswell, sunny and 51 in Hobbs. Around New Mexico, cloudy and 44 in Albuquerque, 33 in Santa Fe. Partly cloudy and 30 in Cloudcroft, 34 in Ruidoso, mostly sunny, 47 in Las Cruces. Partly cloudy, 37 in Farmington, mostly cloudy, 30 at Red River. Mostly sunny, 41 at Clovis. Partly cloudy, 53 in Lubbock, Texas. And again here in Artesia, mostly sunny skies, 49 degrees. School lunch menus. Today, breakfast pizza for the breakfast. Lunch today will be cheeseburger, curly fries, shredded lettuce and pickles, and diced pears. So it's cheeseburger and fries for lunch today in the Artesia Public Schools. Senior meal site today, loaded baked potatoes, loaded up with beef, cheese, and sour cream. It's tossed salad, whole wheat roll with margarine, and some lime jello with pears. So it's loaded baked potatoes today at the Artesia Senior Meal Site. Artesia Senior Center today will have the exercise video at 8:15, the painting class at 9, line dancing at 9:30, bridge at 1 o'clock. The painters will continue with their open art studio at 1, Swedish weaving at 1:30, some Texas Hold'em at 2, and the exercise video at 4 o'clock. And this morning, there will be some volunteers there to help out with the preparation of your low income tax rebate forms, and they'll be doing that from 9 to 11 this morning at the Senior Center. At the library today, it'll be Spice Club. Sorry about that. There was a sneeze hiding back there trying to get out. Spice Club today at 4:30. The spice is caraway seed. So they're learning all about caraway seed at the Spice Club today at 4:30 at the library. Birthdays today include Alicia Flores, Francis Henderson, and Tammy Malden. So happy birthday to Alicia, Francis, and Tammy, who are all celebrating birthdays today. I was getting this computer back up to my tabs. Let me open up my tabs for today. Close that tab. Okay, that's good. Click today, go by day, click today. All right, JV Baseball is at Carlsbad today. They're playing a doubleheader with the first game at 5 o'clock. JV Golf is at Lovington today. They'll start playing at 9 o'clock this morning. JV Tennis is at Lovington today. They'll start at 3. JV and varsity track, the Bulldog Relays are this afternoon. That'll be at 3 o'clock today at the Bulldog Bowl. And then varsity baseball, the Artesia Invite, is today. So those are all the school activities on the calendar for today. Let's see. Let me click that button there. Click that button. Yeah, it looks like everything's coming back up. All right, let's take the break. We'll be back, share with you some other things going on around the area today next.
When I was young, I thought I had forever to prepare for retirement. But as the years went by, retirement got closer and closer. Well, I wish I'd have started saving 10 years earlier.
How you spend your retirement depends on what you do now while you're still working. We've helped a lot of area seniors prepare for retirement. Stop in and see us about saving for yours. Western Bank of Artesia. We're big on you. Member FDIC.
West is the recovery resource for your small business. Tap into the Hobbs Business Center for services including consulting, training, loans, and much more. West is committed to helping transform the lives of entrepreneurs and business owners by creating a pathway to success. Our role is to educate, encourage, and inspire our clients to achieve their business goals. We offer training in both English and Spanish. Visit WESST.org to learn more. Funded in part through a cooperative agreement with the U.S. Small Business Administration.
PVT gives you a smarter home with PVT security and home automation, powered by Total Connect. Connecting with PVT allows you to protect, monitor, and control your home quickly, conveniently, and from anywhere that you have an internet-connected smart device. PVT's offices and technicians here in southeastern New Mexico provide peace of mind with a security or smart home solution for every budget. Call PVT today at 575-748-1241 or visit pvt.com. Make sure to ask us about our contract buyout program.
Through Presbyterian Medical Services, Artesia Family Health Center is your all-in-one provider for medical, dental, and behavioral health services. They have highly skilled professionals ready to treat your medical, dental, and behavioral health issues. Appointments are available via phone calls, video calls, and limited office visits to provide you a safe and easy way to take care of your health. Need a COVID test or vaccine? Artesia Family Health not only offers testing, but the Moderna COVID vaccine too. Call and learn more. 575-746-9848 or visit Artesia Family Health at 1105 Memorial Drive in Artesia.
All right, welcome back here on the Good Morning Artesia radio show. Let's see. I go to grab the clipboard, and all of the papers on the clipboard start to come out instead of just the whole wad of papers to come with me. We're off to one heck of a start today. Some things going on around town. We got word of this from the water department the other day. Apparently, Monday into Tuesday, somebody was calling people in Artesia and saying that they were with the water department, or they were the water department. And they said that you could get a credit on your statement by verifying personal information. Now that, to me, if I got a call like that, would be an immediate red flag warning, scam alert. But there are just enough people out there who will get a call like that and be concerned or be excited about a credit that they will give out or verify, quote unquote, verify personal information. Well, when you do that, you have now given your personal information to the identity thieves, and you're going to be in trouble. City of Artesia is asking people disregard the calls. Do not give out any personal information. So we got word from Jennifer over at the water department, and I think the chamber put out a bulletin yesterday, so we wanted to make sure you were aware of that. There is a COVID-19 testing today. This is the testing, not the vaccinations. And they'll be at the Bulldog Bowl parking lot today from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. I was watching a little bit of Dr. Campbell today, and you may hear in the news another variant, depending on which news source you pay attention to. According to Dr. Campbell, the variant that may be affecting some parts of the world is not a new variant, but it's from the same Omicron line as the Omicron variant. He's looked at the data. It looks like hospitalizations and case rates in the United States, for example, are going down. Now, in other parts of the world, they're going up. Australia, New Zealand, they just opened their countries back up. And as a result of opening things back up, the Omicron variant is sweeping through those countries. And so they're seeing an uptick of cases and an increase in the hospitalization in those countries. And he said it's interesting to observe what's going on in those countries because those are highly vaccinated countries. And we've even got people in this country who are saying we might have to have a second booster. The head of Pfizer said that on the Talking Head shows this past weekend. And I think somebody found Fauci somewhere. And he oh, yeah. So, I don't know. I tend to think, well, it's just my personal opinion. I'm not a medical expert or an expert in the field, so maybe I should keep my mouth shut. I think they shouldn't call it a vaccine. I think they should call it a COVID shot. And you add your COVID shot to your list of shots that you get, especially if you're in a high-risk category or older or have other underlying health conditions. And people in that position tend to go out and get flu shots, and so, go get your COVID shot. Because everything we've seen from the booster was that, the original vaccines were tailing off in their effectiveness, and so the booster was developed. And then the booster seemed to, in a lot of people, lose its effectiveness even quicker than the original vaccines did. They still tell us that if you're vaccinated and boosted, you stand a much better chance of not requiring hospitalization and not dying from any of the variants of the COVID. But Dr. Campbell says there's a lot of evidence now that natural immunity from getting Omicron is as effective, if not more effective, than the vaccine regimen. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens in Australia and New Zealand, because those are highly vaccinated populations that have just now opened up and are experiencing their Omicron waves. But if you're exhibiting symptoms and you don't know whether or not you have COVID and you want to get tested, they will be curative testing options will be at the Bulldog Bowl today from 9 to 1. So you can take advantage of that if you need to. Eddy County Recycled Art Show goes on through this week. It's on display at the Artesia Public Library. And there is a People's Choice vote going on. So if you'd like to see the recycled art and vote in the recycled art People's Choice voting, you probably need to do that today or tomorrow, as tomorrow afternoon I think Linda's going to tabulate all the results, put out the ribbons, and then disassemble the exhibit tomorrow. So probably today would be the best day to go see the recycled art show. Saturday is the annual meeting at Central Valley Electric Cooperative. It will be at the Estelle Yates High School Auditorium. Registration is 9 to 10. The meeting is at 10. First 200 members to register get a $50 gift card. And there's a lot of door prizes and giveaways. That's on Saturday Registration 9 to 10. The meeting is at 10. Also Saturday, the Jim Gill's Sing-a-thon of celebrated songs will take place at the library. They'll have music play for everyone to sing, clap, and dance together. March 19th, that's Saturday, 10 a.m. at the library. And next week during the spring break will be the theater camp at the Ocotillo Performing Arts Center with Whitney Wegman. And they'll have theater camp Monday through Friday for all ages. The 4 to 6-year-olds camp is 9 to 10 in the morning. The 7 to 11-year-old camp is 10:30 to 12:30, and the 12 to 18 camp is 1:30 to 3:30. So they're going to be busy all day, Monday through Friday. So if you're not leaving town, if you're not fleeing, like a lot of people are, if you're stuck in town, can't get out for spring break, and the kids are going to be bugging you, sign them up for the theater camp. Throw them in the theater camp for a little while each day. And that'll help you keep your sanity. One other thing I want to mention, the third graders in New Mexico are now eligible for the Bonnie Plants Cabbage Program. Students learn about backyard ecology and plant life cycles by growing colossal cabbages and reaping hefty harvests. Students vie for the best in-state bragging rights. There's a $1,000 scholarship awarded to one student in each state. Participating in the third grade cabbage program is free. Teachers, parents, or administrators can register an entire class or just an individual student. The registration deadline is Monday, March 21st. So if you have a class that would benefit from this, or maybe you have a student or a kid you think would benefit from this, go to BonnieCabbageProgram.com. 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 And grow some colossal cabbages, and who knows? Might be the best New Mexican student third grader and could win a $1,000 scholarship. There's one student in New Mexico that'll get the scholarship, but this is for third graders, okay? So if you got a third grader at home, why don't you sign them up and see if they can grow a ginormous cabbage. So that's what we've got going on this weekend. One of our stations, we're going to be at T-Mobile Saturday. They're having a grand opening celebration. We're going to be there from noon to 3. Sean Smalls is going to be there. Jamie's going to be there. We're going to be cooking up some hot dogs and handing out some hot dogs, chips, and soft drinks. Noon to 3, Saturday, at the grand opening celebration at T-Mobile here in Artesia. They're in between the Pizza Hut and the Starbucks. Boy, we have turned into a franchise city, haven't we? Listen to me. What did I just say? All right, 7:32. Let's see what Jared's dug up for you. Eric will have a sports update maybe, and the Kim Commando Tech Tip all next.
Now for your Pecos Valley News Update, I'm Jared Cirillo. Construction on East Rose Street at the intersection of East Rose and Old Cavern is now underway. Residents and businesses will always have access to their properties during the construction activities. However, signage is in place to slow and shift traffic on Old Cavern and East Rose Street will be closed to through traffic. The project consists of installing new sewer force mains, installation of new sewer manholes, street patching, and other roadway work and work items for completion of the project. The project is scheduled to be finished by the end of April. A Carlsbad man is identified as the victim in a deadly crash with a semi Tuesday. 70-year-old Cecil Parks was killed after colliding with the semi near Eddy County Road 206 and State Highway 200, according to state police. Troopers said Marks attempted to merge onto the highway when his pickup truck sideswiped the semi. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo.
Now more than ever, you need to stay as healthy as possible. At Lowell's Pharmacy, we want to help by providing flu shots and COVID-19 vaccines. Now is the time to come into Lowell's Pharmacy for your flu shot. Employers can schedule with Lowell's to conduct a flu shot clinic at your place of business. And it's okay to get your flu shot and COVID-19 vaccination at the same time. You will have to register for your vaccine at nmvaccine.org. The key to staying healthy is exercise, eat nutritional foods, keep up your appointments with your doctor, and get the flu shot and COVID-19 vaccine at Lowell's Pharmacy, across from the hospital on North 13th in Artesia.
It's time for the Eddy County Sports Report. We've got some tournament action going on in Artesia the next couple of days. The Artesia softball tournament will begin tomorrow, but the baseball tournament actually starts today. Starts with a 10 a.m. game between Goddard and Clovis. The host Artesia Bulldogs will be taking on Los Alamos tonight at 7 o'clock. But we also want to mention that Morgan Boatwright from Carlsbad, standout girls basketball player, has been selected to the 4A, 5A All-Star games. These are red versus green as opposed to north versus south as they used to be. But this is already going to happen this Saturday in Santa Fe, the 4A, 5A game, and Morgan Boatwright from Carlsbad is part of the green team. Congratulations to Morgan. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at KSVP Radio AM 990.
Every once in a while, legislators in California come up with an idea for a great law. Try this one on for size. I'm Kim Commando, brought to you by T-Mobile. Their advanced network now goes farther than ever before. Visit T-Mobile.com/55 today. Would you support a new law that would allow parents to sue social media websites that they believe addicted children using features and tricks that promote compulsive and addictive use? The Wall Street Journal reports that 2 California legislators have introduced such a bill, but there's more. 4 U.S. senators and a congressman have similar legislation. All this follows the documentary, The Social Dilemma, and the Facebook whistleblower, Frances Haugen. Both presented compelling evidence that Facebook, Instagram, and others do exactly what these bills would let parents sue for. It's clear to me that there are profound psychological consequences of these big social media companies' business models. Hopefully, these bills will become law. Parents can't do it alone. Get more tech news every day at Commando.com. I know we probably have a lot of entrepreneurs and small business owners listening right this very second. The Commando community is a hardworking group, so today I want to share a tip that will help your business run even more efficiently. Are you ready? Ditch the laser printer and get an Epson EcoTank Pro. This durable printer is my top pick for small businesses. No more being stingy with your marketing materials or the beautiful project plans you've cooked up. The EcoTank Pro uses big ink tanks and comes with a ridiculous amount of ink, so you can print in vibrant color without ever buying pricey toner cartridges again. Spend that money on something else to power your business. Maybe a nice espresso machine. Employ indoor skydiving. Schedule a brainstorm. The Epson EcoTank Pro. Just fill and chill. Pick up your EcoTank Pro at Best Buy, Office Depot, Office Max Staples, and at Epson.com/EcoTankKim.
Turpinning and Son Mortuary of Artesia now presents a listing of today's obituaries. Services are scheduled for 10 a.m. Friday, March 18th at First Baptist Church for Carolyn Chumley of Artesia, New Mexico. Mrs. Chumley died March 14th at her home in Artesia at the age of 74. Carolyn was born in Artesia in March of 1948 and was a lifelong resident of Artesia. Carolyn was an accomplished musician. Her love was also expressed in cooking for others. She was an artist. Carolyn expressed her artistic gift through a variety of media, including oil and watercolor, painting, crocheting, needlepoint, ceramics, quilting, and all manner of home construction and remodeling. Ty Hoddley and David Brunson will officiate at the services. Burial will follow at Woodbine Cemetery. Carolyn was preceded in death by her father. Survivors include her mother, Elizabeth Bratcher, husband George Chumley, sons John, Lynn and wife Kimberly, Robert and wife Teo, and brother Mark Bratcher, sisters Ivana, David, and Zelma Haggard, and 7 grandchildren. Again, funeral services will take place at 10 a.m. Friday, March 18th at First Baptist Church for Carolyn Sue Chumley, who passed away March 14th at the age of 74. Services for Margaret Baca Aguilar will be held at Trinity Temple on Saturday, March 26th at 11 a.m. Pastor Larry Rowland will be presiding. Burial at Twin Oaks Cemetery immediately after the service. Margaret was born in June 1934 and passed away on March 11th at the age of 87. Margaret held multiple jobs. She served on the Artesia Public Schools Board of Education for 25 years, from February 1992 through 2017. Margaret loved going to church. She was a very loving mother, grandmother, and great-grandmother. She was a longtime resident of Artesia and raised 7 children and many of their friends that would stay with her from time to time. Margaret was preceded in death by her parents, Alvin and Mary Baca, grandmother Petra Baca, 2 sisters, Laura Lopez and Clara Landeros, 2 brothers, Albino Baca Jr. and Bobby Alanese, and 2 great-grandsons, Benjamin Hernandez and Matthew Fierro. Margaret is survived by Rosemary Fierro and her husband, Sammy of Artesia, Suzanne Valencia of San Angelo, Texas, Jerome Aguilar and wife Tracy of Artesia, Audrey Size and husband Eli of Artesia, Mark Aguilar and wife Margie of Carlsbad, Yvonne Aguilar and wife Celeste of San Angelo, Texas, Fabian Aguilar of Artesia, brother Joe Baca of Artesia, 2 nieces, 21 grandchildren, 27 great-grandchildren, 21 great-great-grandchildren, and many nieces and nephews. Once again, services for Margaret Baca Aguilar will be held at Trinity Temple on Saturday, March 26th at 11 a.m. Burial will follow at Twin Oaks Cemetery immediately following the services. Margaret passed away on March 11th at the age of 87. This listing has been presented as a service of Turpinning and Son Mortuary of Artesia, where we make it personal. Well, Steve, is it going to be windy today? I think it is.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Gusty wind today as low pressure and a cold front cross our area. Our high stays around 60, and we do have a slight chance of a shower or 2 around the Roswell area. Fair elsewhere. Partly cloudy overnight and upper 20s and breezy, and then we get sunshine back on Friday, but still cool. We'll be in the low 60s, back into the 70s, and fair for the weekend. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
All right now, the sun is shining. Mostly sunny skies. 50 degrees. And you think it's windy now. Wait here a couple of hours when it really picks up, as we anticipate some pretty gusty winds throughout the day today. Tomorrow and Saturday should be awesome, but we got to get through the windiness today. Humidity at 33%. The dew point is 22 degrees. Winds are westerly at 15 miles per hour. Our barometric pressure is at 29.69 and rising. Our air quality index is 42. We have good air quality today. Sun will set at 7:07. Sun will rise at 7:03 this morning. Looking around the region, sunshine 55 in Carlsbad, partly cloudy and 54 in Roswell, sunny and 51 in Hobbs, cloudy and 44 in Albuquerque, 33 in Santa Fe, partly cloudy, 29 in Cloudcroft, 35 in Ruidoso, sunshine 46 in Las Cruces, 37 in Farmington, mostly cloudy, 29 at Red River, sunny and 42 in Clovis, And over there in the free state of Texas, partly cloudy skies, 53 degrees. Here in Artesia, we've got mostly sunny skies and 50 degrees here in downtown Artesia. So we'll get through all that. With everything that happened yesterday in the news, let's see what's affecting the markets today on the Wall Street Business Report.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander. After beginning the year spending in a big way, Americans slowed their spending last month on gadgets, home furnishings, and other discretionary items as higher prices for food, gasoline, and shelter are taking a bigger bite out of their wallets. Americans who have long enjoyed the benefits of historically low interest rates will have to adapt to a very different environment as the Federal Reserve embarks on what's likely to be a prolonged period of rate hikes to fight inflation. BMW and Volkswagen warned this week that Russia's invasion of Ukraine is causing shortages of some vital components, forcing them to reduce vehicle production in Europe. The two German car makers said the war is having a negative effect on auto supply chains, which have already been battered by shortages of semiconductors. BMW said Wednesday that bottlenecks at its suppliers in Ukraine have forced the automaker to adjust. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
Paul says in 1 Corinthians chapter 16 and verse 18, you must show your appreciation to all who serve so well. Jesus tells us in the Gospels that he came to serve, and he wants everyone to serve. The thing is this, everyone encounters service at one time or another, whether it's good service or even bad service. Bad service can come from maybe a waitress or a cable company or a call center operator who's hard to understand. But what's my reaction? How do I respond to that? Maybe they're having a bad day. Maybe there's something going on in their life. We need to learn to not react in anger, to take a different approach and reward those who get it right by shining some godly light in the life of those around them. And so when you encounter bad service, don't respond, but instead graciously tell them how much you appreciate them, even with bad service. Please come visit us at the Hermosa Church of Christ, just north of Walmart on the corner of 26th and Bush.
Welcome to Answers with Ken Ham, presented by the Coalition of Christians for Biblical Creation and Brennan Financial Group of Artesia. CCBC is an interdenominational coalition of Christians from Artesia who believe that the account of origins presented in Genesis is a simple but factual presentation of actual events and provides a reliable basis for man's worldview and a framework for scientific investigation into the question of the origin and history of life. For more information, visit our website at www.greenhaw.com/ccbc.htm. Answers with Ken Ham is brought to you in part by Brennan Financial Group. Now, today's program presented by Brennan Financial Group of Artesia.
We're a person before we're born. This is Ken Ham, inviting you to visit our full-size Noah's Ark attraction in northern Kentucky. Whenever the Bible speaks of the unborn, it always treats them as persons, not as choices, clumps of cells, or potential life, but as persons. Here's a few examples. Genesis 25 describes the children, Rebekah's twins, struggling within her. Jeremiah records God saying that he chose the prophet before he was even conceived. In Luke 1, John the Baptist, in the womb, is called a son and a babe, filled with the Holy Spirit, who leapt at the sound of Mary's greeting. Our culture wants to dehumanize the unborn so they can justify killing them through abortion. But when we start with God's word, we know the unborn are persons.
Get answers to your questions about life, abortion, and more at AnswersRadio.com. And subscribe for daily email insights from Ken Ham when you visit us at AnswersRadio.com.
Hey, welcome back on the Good Morning Artesia radio show. So we've got tournaments coming up in Artesia today and tomorrow. The Artesia Lady Dog Invitational and Military Appreciation is this weekend. Come on. Flipping pages in my folder and they want to just flop out of the folder and fall on the floor. And I don't need that. All right. That's the old one. Get rid of that thing. Okay, we've got... as we mentioned earlier, Dexter could not play Friday, so they're going to play on Saturday. Carlsbad and Los Lunas are going to play softball tomorrow at noon. Doesn't matter happens in the game. Carlsbad's only playing one game. So Los Lunas will advance in the championship semifinal on Saturday, regardless of how they do against Carlsbad. Carlsbad needed a makeup game, and Dexter couldn't play on Friday, so Carlsbad will play Los Lunas at noon, and then they'll be done. Carlsbad will be done. Los Lunas will move to the 10 o'clock championship semifinal on Saturday, and Dexter will play in the consolation semifinal on Saturday at 10 o'clock. At 2 o'clock tomorrow, Robertson and Cobre. At 4 o'clock tomorrow, Goddard and Silver City. And then at 7 o'clock tomorrow, Roswell and Artesia for softball. So that's the softball tournament. After that, softball team is off until Thursday the 31st when they host Carlsbad. Then on April 2nd, they'll host Gallup. That's a Saturday doubleheader. And then they'll play at Hobbs, a single game on Thursday, April 7th, and then it's district time. And it's home and home doubleheaders played on Tuesday, Saturday. So after the Saturday, matter of fact, after the tournament, there's the home game with Carlsbad on Thursday, and then after that, it's 4 straight weeks of Saturday doubleheaders at the softball park. Gallup for a non-district doubleheader on April 2nd, Portales for a district doubleheader on the 9th, Lovington for a district doubleheader on the 16th, and Goddard for a district doubleheader on the 23rd. The other games that Artesia will play, they'll play at Hobbs, as we said, on April 7th in a non-district game, and then on Tuesday the 12th at Goddard, Tuesday the 19th at Portales, and Tuesday the 26th they'll finish up the district season at Lovington. Baseball tournament starts today, and the first game of the day is the Carlsbad K people. They'll be taking on the Berlin Eagles, and that's at 10 o'clock this morning. Then we have at 1 o'clock the Goddard Rockets and the Clovis Wildcats. At 4 o'clock this afternoon, the Santa Teresa Desert Warriors and the Moriarty Pintos. And the nightcap tonight at 7 o'clock will be the Los Alamos Hilltoppers against your Artesia Bulldogs. Joby will be there. Robbie might even pop in. And we'll have play-by-play coverage on the radio and the TV of that game tonight. The reason I'm leaving early at 9 o'clock today is to haul all my video gear over there and set up a couple cameras, and our goal is to stream the 10 o'clock, 1 o'clock, and 4 o'clock games. So if you want to see those, if you're not going to be able to get to the game, it'll be a very basic production, but we'll have a camera set up there, and you should be able to watch those games later on today. The winners of the 10 o'clock and 1 o'clock game play tomorrow at 4. The losers play tomorrow morning at 10. And then the winners of the 4 o'clock and 7 o'clock game play tomorrow at 7. And the losers play at 1. After that, the Bulldogs still have one more tournament that they need to get to go and play in. After the sneeze comes the waterfall. So the Bulldogs will play in the Rio Rancho tournament next weekend. We will have radio-only coverage of those games next weekend. 24th, 25th, and 26th. Joby's going to spend the weekend in Rio Rancho. Carlsbad's in that tournament, and Goddard is in that tournament. Carlsbad will play Academy at 11 a.m. on the 24th. Artesia will play the 1:30 game against Cleveland. The 4 o'clock game will be Valley and Goddard. And then Rio Rancho and Bloomfield will play in the nightcap at 6:30. The 11 and 1:30 winners play at 4. Losers play at 11, and the 4 o'clock and 6:30 winners play Friday at 6:30. The losers play at 1:30. And they do move one game. If you wind up losing both your games, you got to play your 7th place game on the JV field, which is like dirt. I mean, there's a lot of dirt around there, but the ballpark, the main ballpark, is pretty nice with turf and everything. But you get over to that JV ballpark, and it's, that wind-blown sand-like material that gets into everything. So Bulldogs better win at least one game so they don't have to play on that field on Saturday. After that, district season is a little bit different than it was last year. There's one non-district game. There's 3 non-district games before district after the Rio Rancho tournament. They go to Hobbs on the 29th for a doubleheader. They host the Roswell Coyotes here for a doubleheader on the 5th of April. And they go one game with the Carlsbad Cave People here on April 8th on a Friday, one game. Then district. And the way district is being done this year, it's three game series with one of the dates at your park and the other date on the road. And it's Thursday, Friday. And Coach said on the radio this week they went Thursday, Friday in case there's any rain or weather or snow delays, so that you've got that Saturday as a day to make up a game. So say, for example, the Portales series, which is the 14th and 15th, and Portales is here for one game on Thursday, and then they go to Portales for a doubleheader on Friday. Well, let's say we can't play the game on Thursday because of weather. They play the doubleheader in Portales, then they can make that game up on Saturday here. So it's kind of like a built-in weather consideration in the schedule. So Thursday, Friday, the 14th and 15th of April is the Portales series with the single game here on Thursday and the doubleheader there on Friday. Then the 21st and 22nd is the series with Lovington. The Thursday game is at Lovington. The doubleheader is here on Friday the 22nd. And then the baseball team wraps up their district season on the 28th and 29th of April, Thursday, Friday, with Goddard. And the Goddard single game is here on Thursday at 5. And then the doubleheader with Goddard is at Goddard on Friday the 29th at 5 and 7. So that's how the varsity baseball team is handling their series this year. They went to the 3-game series last year, or, well, whenever they last played a regular season. And they liked the 3-game series because it really neutralized any pitching advantages that a team has if they've got one really, really, really strong pitcher and then a bunch of other pitchers trying to, do the best they can. And so it helped in that situation, but then it meant that some teams didn't get any home games or hardly any home games. So by splitting it up this way, every team is guaranteed one home game with their district rival. Some get double headers, but everybody's guaranteed at least one home game with your district opponent. So that's a good thing. All right, so that kind of covers all the baseball action that we've got going on. Again, we've got baseball today on the channel and on the radio. The TV channel, Bulldog, just go to ksvptv.com, click on the Bulldog, and that's where all the baseball games will be today. And then tonight's varsity 7 o'clock game with Artesia and Los Alamos, that'll be on radio and TV tonight. We'll start the pregame show about 6:45, and we'll have the first pitch at 7 o'clock tonight, if everything is on schedule. And they've allowed 3 hours for each game, so I would hope that we would stay on schedule today, but, you never know. Unlike the Carlsbad tournament, I don't think we have any snow in the forecast that will affect the timing of the games. That was a weird weekend last weekend, wasn't it? We had cold, we had wind, we had snow. We had some moderating temperatures, but nothing like what we're going to have this weekend. So this weekend's going to be pretty nice. A little breezy today, and then nice weather tomorrow and Saturday. Don't forget the announcement we made at the top of the show. The Artesia Water Department has been informed that people here in town have been getting phone calls from scammers. The phone callers are identifying themselves as the water department. They're telling people you can get a credit on your statement by verifying your personal information. The city of Artesia does not do that. Don't give out any personal information if you wind up getting one of those phone calls. If anything, let the water department know or law enforcement know if you get one of those calls. But now that the word is getting out, I bet the scammers will move on to their next scam. All right, Haven of Hope update, Senior Center update coming up in the 8 o'clock hour. This is KSVP Artesia, K229AS Artesia. It is 8 o'clock. Let's get the latest from Town Hall.
Breaking news this hour at townhall.com. I'm Bob Agnew. We in Washington. President Biden yesterday announcing new funding for military aid to Ukraine.
An additional $800 million in assistance. That brings the total of new U.S. security assistance to Ukraine to $1 billion just this week.
And the president's announcement came after comments made by the president of Ukraine to the U.S. Congress appealing for more aid, talking about this historic moment in his country because of the Russian invasion.
Remember Pearl Harbor, terrible morning of December 7, 1941, when your sky was black from the planes attacking you.
Meanwhile, debate in Congress continues over the good idea or bad idea to have a no-fly zone in Eastern Europe to stave off Russian aggression. U.S. Congressman Mike Gallagher says whatever you believe about sending MiG-29s via Poland, the process that led President Biden to reject the idea was in itself seriously flawed.
Signaling. The Secretary of State signaled that we were in favor of it. Then the Secretary of Defense signaled the opposite. And then ultimately the president himself vetoed the decision. That was a disaster.
And Congressman Gallagher, interviewed by the Salem Radio Network. As the U.S. struggles with surging energy prices, Republicans say the administration has slowed its approval of new oil and natural gas drilling leases, even as it reaches out to the nation's adversaries, asking them for more.
I will point out how absurd it is to go to Nicolas Maduro, a man that the United States government does not even recognize as the legitimate head of state in Venezuela, to ask him to produce more oil, or to go to the Ayatollahs and hope that they'll produce more oil.
That's Arkansas Senator Tom Cotton. He was interviewed by the Salem Radio Network. Early trading on Wall Street has the Dow up by 2 points at this hour. The NASDAQ is up by about 36. More of these stories at townhall.com.
Hi, I'm cute kid number 1. And I'm cute kid number 2. And we have been forced, you mean hired? We have been hired to tell you what direct lender FOMO is. So let's say you buy a new home, and maybe you use one of those big mortgage monsters. Or someone your realtor or friend recommends. And then a few months later, you hear us being forced, hired to tell you about our mortgage team's direct lender advantage. And then you feel like you missed out, because you probably did miss out. And that is direct lender FOMO.
It's Ryan, and our mortgage team is an arm of a bigger company who is a direct lender, which means our company gets to use its own money and make its own decisions within its own walls. There's no middleman. This often allows us to get you a better rate on that new home mortgage, saving you monthly and lifelong money. We are United Faith Mortgage.
United Faith Mortgage is a DBA of United Mortgage Corp. 25 Melville Park Road, Melville, New York. Licensed mortgage banker. For all licensing information, go to NMLSConsumerAccess.org. Corporate NMLS number 1335. Rec NMLS number 65233. Equal housing lender. Licensed in Alaska, Hawaii, Georgia, Massachusetts, North Dakota, South Dakota, or Utah.
The House GOP campaign arm has rolled out the latest round of candidates in its Young Guns program. Correspondent Bernie Bennett has more.
The second round of candidates in the program include Tom Barrett in Michigan's 7th Congressional District, Scott Baugh in California's 47th, Juan Ciscomani in Arizona's 6th, John James in Michigan's 10th Congressional District, Jen Kiggins in Virginia's 2nd, Tyler Kitzner in Minnesota's 2nd, Lisa Scheller in Pennsylvania's 7th, and Alex Scarlatos in Arizona's 4th. Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy says the GOP intends to retake control of the House. A number of polls show the GOP leading the generic ballots ahead of the midterms. Bernie Bennett in Washington.
A salvage team and naval architects are working together to figure out how to free a cargo ship stuck in the Chesapeake Bay. The U.S. Coast Guard says the Ever Forward ran aground Sunday night while traveling from the port of Baltimore to Norfolk, Virginia. Breaking news and analysis at townhall.com. Pfizer is reportedly seeking approval for a fourth COVID dose for seniors.
The AP has learned that drug maker Pfizer is expected to ask for authorization this week for an additional COVID-19 booster shot for seniors. That's according to a person familiar with the matter who spoke on the condition of anonymity. That would add a fourth dose to the regimen, which currently consists of a primary series of 2 shots, followed months later by a booster dose. This is all in an effort to provide maximum protection to the over 65 population that has been hit hardest by the pandemic. The Food and Drug Administration and the CDC must approve the request. I'm Shelley Adler.
More than 60 workers across 3 Amazon delivery stations staged a walkout on Wednesday. The workers demanding a $3 per hour raise in their pay and a return to 20-minute breaks. More on these stories at townhall.com.
I know what you're expecting to hear right now, the announcement of today's KSVIP. Well, I don't have a name for today, and I need your help. If you know someone who needs to be recognized for being a very special person, call right now, 746-2751. Ask for Tana and schedule a KSVIP. Your special someone will be recognized at this time all day long on their day, and they'll receive a flower courtesy of Lovebud Floral in Artesia. So call today and schedule your KSVIP.
Just too white and nerdy. Can't you see I'm white and nerdy? Look at me, I'm white and nerdy. I wanna roll with the gangsters. But so far they all think I'm too white and nerdy. Think I'm just too white and nerdy. Think I'm just too white and nerdy. I'm just too white and nerdy. Really, really white and nerdy.
My class there at MIT. Got skills, I'm a champion of D&D. MC Escher, that's my favorite MC. Keep your 40 out, just have an Earl Grey tea.
Hey, welcome back to the Good Morning Artesia radio show, and we're getting ready for the 8 o'clock hour of the broadcast. And coming up on the show today, we are going to be chit-chatting with our friends from the Haven of Hope. Anita Braun is scheduled to be with us today, so we look forward to seeing what's going on there at the Haven of Hope. And then later in the hour, we'll have our Senior Center report with Carol Goss from the Artesia Senior Center. So that's what's going to be going on in the show today. No 9 o'clock hour today. We'll turn it back over to Huvis, whatever his name is, as we are going to be headed out to the baseball park. We've got baseball tournament starting today, and our plan is to stream a bunch of those games today, so we're going to leave a little bit early and get everything all set up, try to get those games online at 10 o'clock this morning. So we got our fingers crossed that that's all going to happen and work and be good. So looking forward to that coming up. So yeah, we've got that going on. We'll have Clay and Buck will be with us starting at 10 o'clock. Now, what is that? Well, we're just going to have to figure this out. Got more little computer Travis Sexton. Okay, that's what it is. So we'll... that's it right there. Okay, cool. We're getting this figured out. 4 o'clock is Levin. I tell you what, it is. I wish I was an IT guy, because if I was an IT guy, I could kind of dig into this stuff and not have to be doing a radio show at the same time. Oh my gosh, what kind of a crazy day this has been. Trying to get through all of this stuff. That looks good. Okay. So anyway, let's get started and see what we've got going on with the weather today. I know it's going to be a windy day today. Steve, what do you got?
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Gusty wind today as low pressure and a cold front cross our area. Our high stays around 60, and we do have a slight chance of a shower or two around the Roswell area. Fair elsewhere. Partly cloudy overnight and upper 20s and breezy, and then we get sunshine back on Friday, but still cool. We'll be in the low 60s, back into the 70s and fair for the weekend. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
You know, because if I was the IT guy, I wouldn't have to return anybody's call. I wouldn't have to take anybody's call. I wouldn't have to respond to anything. Everybody would cower at my mere presence as I came walking into the building. We've all seen these flow charts, you know, and people say that they're at the top of the flow chart and then there's everybody else down below. But what they don't tell you is the IT person is like at the tip top of the flow chart, and everything flows beneath the IT guy. IT people can tell you what you can and cannot do with your computers. They can shut you down. They can log you off. They can block you from having access to anything. If I were the IT guy, that would be like one of the most awesomest positions to be in right now. We could really, really have some fun with that, couldn't we? All right, what do we have right now in Artesia? We've got mostly sunny skies, 52 degrees out there. Our winds are out of the west at 18 miles per hour. Our pressure is at 29.69 and rising. Our humidity is at 40%. The dew point is 29 degrees right now. The air quality index is 43. We have good air quality. Our high yesterday is on my phone message. Sunset will be at 7:07 this afternoon. Sunrise will be at 7:03 this morning. Around the region, we've got mostly sunny skies, 55 in Carlsbad. Drizzle. It says drizzle. And 54 in Roswell. Is it really drizzling in Roswell? Looks like it is. Sunny and 52 in Hobbs. Cloudy and 44 in Albuquerque. You sure a dog didn't get anywhere near the weather sensor? Cloudy and 34 in Santa Fe. Partly cloudy and 29 in Cloudcroft. Partly cloudy 35 in Ruidoso. Sunny and 46 in Las Cruces. Partly cloudy 37 in Farmington. Mostly cloudy 29 at Red River. Sunny and 42 in Clovis. And over there in Lubbock, Texas, partly cloudy skies and 54 degrees. Again, here in Artesia, mostly sunny skies and 52 degrees on the out of doors. So I think that's what we've got going on with all of that. We'll mention this again here we got this word from the City of Artesia Utility Department. Apparently, someone is calling residents of Artesia, identifying themselves as the water department, and telling people they can get a credit on their statement by verifying their personal information. Now, City of Artesia says disregard the calls, do not give out any information. They don't do that. So don't fall victim to that little bit of identity theft that somebody's trying to perpetrate on you. And you might let your older relatives know too, so that if they get a call, that they don't get overly concerned or excited about getting a credit and decide to start handing out all kinds of personal information. What did Arthur Carlson say on one of the WKRP episodes? Phone is terrible. I need to just cut the cord off of that thing. Just use it as a listening device. I think he's right. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to welcome in our first guest of the show, so don't go away.
When it comes to your tires, don't take any shortcuts. Trust Forest Tire. They've been keeping you rolling for 78 years. Forest Tire knows tires, and they know that being there is what matters most. That's why Michelin packs more innovation inside its tires to maximize performance without sacrificing capabilities, so you can continue to go the extra mile to be there for the ones who matter most, delivering service that exceeds your expectations. Forest Tire, keeping you rolling since 1944.
It's the March Basketball Meat Savings Sale at Finn's Country Market in Artesia. Split fryer chicken breast, family pack, 99 cents a pound. Pork steak or country-style ribs, family pack, $1.49 a pound. Choice beef bottom round roast, family pack, $3.99 a pound. And fresh Boston butt pork roast, $1.69 a pound at Finn's Country Market in Artesia. And right now, Coca-Cola select flavors, 12-pack cans, 2 for $9 at Finn's Country Market in Artesia.
A good night's sleep is so important. Did you know that proper sleep supports a healthy heart, decreases chances of weight gain, and boosts a positive mood? Hi, this is Dr. Sarah Usher with Carabelli Dental. It doesn't matter your age, sleeping issues can make any of us reach for that all-day cup of coffee. If you know you are not sleeping because of severe snoring or sleep apnea, come visit us. We can make you a small oral appliance that will help you sleep better and live better.
Come see the team at Carabelli Dental at the corner of 9th and Main in Roswell, or call 622-4455.
When was the last time a bank asked you if you'd like to keep more of your money? At Artesia Credit Union, you pay yourself by avoiding big bank fees and all the corporate investors that go along with them. Let Artesia Credit Union help you achieve financial happiness. From home and auto loans to a working line of credit or sending your kids to college, membership is open to anyone who calls New Mexico home. Stop by the branch on 5th Street or log on to artesiacu.org. Artesia Credit Union, member NCUA, an equal housing lender.
Hey, welcome back on Good Morning Artesia, and time for our segment where we update you on things happening at the Haven of Hope, and Anita Braun is back with us. Good morning.
Top of the morning to you.
You remembered it was St. Patrick's Day.
I did.
You got your green scarf on there. I have nothing green on.
There's a little bit around your logo.
Yeah,
You're lucky.
There's some green right there.
Dodge that bullet.
And that's kind of green. My wrist
Okay.
for the watch, does that kind of look green to you?
No.
No? Look, no, it is. It's green. And I'm going with that.
Okay.
And Rebecca Williams is here. Hi.
Hi.
Did you ever get doors?
Not yet.
Not yet?
Soon.
We now hear that they are in Albuquerque. They're being prepped. They should be here soon.
Soon. Wow. I know that's been kind of a running story at the Haven of Hope. That,
Patience is a virtue, right?
yeah. It's like we ordered a garage door what seems like months ago. And when I talked to the guys with the garage door company, I said, well, what do you think? He says, I'm not going to tell you a day because I don't know.
Yep.
He said, I could tell you a day, but I'll be wrong. And so we just sit and wait. Hopefully one of these, grab that microphone, pull that a little bit closer to you, Rebecca, if you don't mind. If you don't break it.
All right.
There we go. Well, good. Well, how are things going? Another month has passed.
Another month has passed. Life is starting to settle in and for our residents over there, and Rebecca has just been working like crazy with them, and it's just amazing to see how they've become their own little community, their own little tribe. They really like each other, which is super important when you're living in a community environment. Do you want to tell them a little bit of what things that you've seen?
Yeah.
Well, they're cooking together. They're planning meals. Like, they found babysitters so that they could go bowling one night. Like, so like they've just become, yeah,
they're friends.
They're friends.
And that's just the icing on the cake, because now we're starting our financial management classes. Roberto Roybal is teaching the Financial Peace University, and we've done 3 classes now, and Rebecca's helping them work on the budgets. She's helping them find money they didn't know they had just by sitting down and thinking about their income and their expenses and just taking a breath, you know. Rebecca's also been very instrumental in helping one of our residents get a car in a way that she didn't think she could do unless she wiped out her entire savings that she worked really hard to have. And no, she found a way to strategize along with Rebecca and Roberto.
To get the car. Hopefully it was a fuel-efficient car.
I think so.
In today's days of high gas prices now. And that's a challenge for anybody that's working on a budget, trying to budget this new cost of fuel and everything. So, yeah, you might have to cut some things out.
Right.
I don't think I can cut out coffee. That's the one thing that, there's a lot of other things that we can probably skip for a little while, but I don't know. Me and my coffee, I gotta have that every day.
And so Rebecca has those kind of hard conversations with them when they're talking about budget. What is important to them?
Mm-hmm.
What can be set aside, or what can be planned for and saved for?
Yeah.
So she's instrumental in helping them make those kind of decisions.
I'm sure everybody has interesting conversations like that. Like, what do you prioritize? And so as you help these folks and start to plan these budgets, what are things that you, what are some of the advice that you give as far as priorities over things that, like my coffee comment, obviously coffee is is an option, or there's other ways to do coffee that don't cost, $3 a cup. So
just 3?
That's the average. If you just get the coffee and don't add anything to it, I always ask for cream, and then one day they actually charged me for the cream. And I went, what?
Oh, my goodness.
So they must have misunderstood what I said.
They didn't know who they were talking to, did they?
Well, they did the last time I walked in.
Charge you double. Okay.
Don't you know who I am? Absolutely. That's why you get to pay that. So, but what are some of some advice or some of the things that you encourage pretty much anybody really to think about when it comes to prioritizing things?
I think eating out's the big one. How much they're budgeting for eating out is pretty big.
Yeah.
That's where we're focusing this month.
Discovering the grocery store.
Yes.
And different aisles in the grocery store.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
Usually we hit the paper products and some other section and boom, we're out of there. But there's other aisles with other things, right? Yeah.
Especially that outside aisle where all the fresh and healthy food is.
Yes.
That's a very important part of the store to go to.
Well, the grocery stores, they know what, they know where their profit centers are, and so they know how to stack things and put things on end aisles and all that kind of stuff to get your attention. And that's part of what you have to figure out, is that you go past the end cap there. You go down into the aisle and start looking for things. And name brands are important, but there's generics that tend to be just as good, things like that.
Right.
So,
well, speaking of food, I'm going to spin that around
Sure.
to tell you something else that Rebecca and Kristen, our administrative assistant, is doing. On Monday nights when we have our community learning times, that's when we're doing Financial Peace University, they are searching for community volunteers to provide and donate a meal to our families so that after work time isn't so hectic before they get to their class.
Okay.
And so, Rebecca has been getting child care providers for us. Crystal Kitchens has stepped up for us a couple of times, and I think we're still looking for volunteers to step up. Or how's your calendar looking?
I mean, I wouldn't say no, but
so please reach out to us if you're interested in helping us out on Monday nights.
I have Jade Donaghy this Monday. So I have a few.
So shout out to Jade.
There you
Thank
go.
you.
So there is a list, and you can get on it. Yeah.
That's right. We do background checks, but we do
that rules
encourage
me
people.
out.
I know, Gene. Sorry.
No, I'm just kidding, folks. I'm just kidding.
You can just write us a donation check. We're in 501c3. We're always happy to take that.
Then you don't have to do the background check.
That's right. Ooh, now I'm going to start looking at donors in a different way. Oh dear, people, I didn't mean that.
No. It's my fault. I'm the one that's being a little silly there. But in all seriousness, if you do volunteer or do any volunteer work for the Haven of Hope, there is a background check that you have to complete.
Yes, if they're going to be in the cottage, especially with our children, we want to make sure that we are doing as much due diligence as possible to protect our kids.
Very good. Are there other areas that folks can volunteer to help out with? You mentioned the meals on Mondays. Are there some other things?
Yeah, we have we're still growing, we're still learning, but we do have a place on our website that says current needs, and I right now have a need for some people who have carpentry skills. I need some people to build us shelving for our toy closet.
Okay.
There's a need for that, a great need for sturdy shelving.
Yes.
Also needs shelving in what's going to become a resource library in our administration office, that our mothers can go in there and find all sorts of materials that they can grow from.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, carpentry skills. I need people with energy who know how to build things because we're going to be getting a big old swing set that needs to be installed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we're excited about that. Now that the weather's warming up, our grass is starting to green up. If someone likes to mow grass, I have a lot of grass that's going to need to be mowed. So, yeah, there's many opportunities.
Yeah.
Were you going to say something, Rebecca?
No, I'm just excited about the play set. That's going to be exciting.
So we're what is all involved with that? Is this a big play set like you see at some of the fast food places?
We're still shopping. We're still deciding what it is that will serve us best.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking about the ages of the kids. Gosh, there's so many options out there, and we don't want to get something that will cut out a 2-year-old. So we need to be safe and thoughtful about that age, up to 9, 10, 11, 12.
Mm-hmm.
Kids still like to play even at that age.
Well, I hope so.
Yeah.
Play outdoors,
And we want them outside. Kids need to be outside.
Yeah.
And we have a great big backyard. So
that's excellent. And there's grass there?
It's a lot of grass. We have about 8,000 square feet of turf.
How does that work in the desert?
Well, there's a thing called water.
Okay.
we do have a sprinkler system, so.
Yeah, I was going to say, because we don't have naturally occurring water in this part of the country, it seems like. It's been so dry.
That snow we had last week was a happy, happy day for me because that's moisture, so. Yeah,
that's right,
exciting.
yeah. Even though it messed up a baseball game down in Carlsbad, they had an 1.5-hour snow delay, which, you don't normally associate snow delay and baseball.
Mm-hmm.
But when the flakes were being confused for the ball.
And they were coming in horizontally.
That's right. That's exactly right. So they said, all right, we're going to stop for just a little bit. I saw a video clip. They got anybody that has the artificial turf, that they usually get some kind of device they pull behind a little gator or whatever that sweeps the carpet and everything. Well, they were out there with that sweeping up the snow.
Wow.
And that's how they got the field cleaned off enough to where the sun could then dry it out. They could continue playing the baseball game. But yours is it's grass with the sprinkler system, so
Yes.
it's natural grass, the real thing.
We have quite a bit of xeriscaping also, but have a tremendous amount of grass.
How do the residents get to have pets or no? So there's no pets there. So
No, we did make a policy that there's no pets of any species allowed. Just it's a brand new building. We don't know when a resident moves in with us, are they going to have phobias?
Right.
We don't know people's past or what's going on between their ears sometimes. So we just decided to have a blanket policy of no pets.
Okay. No, I totally understand on that.
I
Sometimes pets, though, are pretty good judges of character.
Oh, they are very good judges of character. I'm a strong believer in especially what canines can bring to us, but we have to look after our property and, keeping things clean. And with this part of Rebecca's responsibility, I don't think she wants to have to chase a dog. and it's been hard for her and her family because they are dog lovers and can't have one because they live at Haven of Hope also.
Yeah.
So it's a great sacrifice on their part that I appreciate. And I'm sorry. But it is a trade-off that I'm glad that she's willing to take.
Yeah. Well, good for you.
It's not me, it's my son, so.
Yes.
So are there still... is there still room for some additional families at Haven of Hope? Okay.
There are. We are still taking applications. So we do encourage people to either come by and see us at the administration office. When you drive into our campus, it's the building on the right, the one that's closest to FLETC. But they can also go on our website. It's havenofhopenm.com and get an application there.
Okay.
And they can learn a lot about us on the website. If there are questions, just give us a call. Our number's all over the website.
Okay. Along with your current needs.
Yes.
You've got a list of things that are on there. Rebecca, is this, you kind of thought what the job was going to be when you took the job. Now that there's actual residents there and you're actually getting to interact and work, what do you think?
It's fun. I'm enjoying it, so getting to know them, and it's just, it's exciting.
I think every day is different.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Like, it's nothing like I planned, but it is.
It's kind of like life, I guess.
Yeah.
That's great. Are there some common questions? I mean, are there some common needs or learning experiences that you're finding out as you're working with these new families that, because we all think that the problems that we have are just our problems, but when you step back for just a minute? Everybody's dealing with all kinds of different issues and problems.
No, I mean, I think the common problem is going from wherever they were living before into a one bedroom, or in some cases 2 bedrooms, but 1 bedroom. So they're having to figure out how to get their stuff. I didn't even think that was not in my things that I would have to prepare for, is how to help them strategize fitting everything they need into a room and where to put it if they don't need it. So.
And so living with that minimalist mindset is not what everyone is prepared for, in other words. So yeah, we're learning to organize better and prioritize better, figure out what can go into storage, what can be gotten rid of.
Yeah. That's tough.
It's big.
It is. You know, someday you just have to say, get rid of it.
And that's
not easy to do.
That's not easy to do.
No.
It's
Sentimental value, there's emotional connections to a lot of things, and so you just don't want to get rid of them. But when you're learning to restart, basically, some things need to be given away to a good home, just not yours.
We're stored, you know.
Yeah, well, that can get out of hand, too.
I know.
That's why there's all these storage buildings, facilities being built everywhere, because people need a place for their stuff.
You're talking to someone who has an airplane hangar for storage, so I completely know that pain.
Is there another one available?
I can sublet some of my space now.
May have to do that.
Drive to Hobbs.
That's great. So you go to the website. It's havenofhopenm.com, and that's where the current needs list is if people want to volunteer or donate or contribute. And you said again, carpenters?
Yes.
Or carpentry skills, someone with carpentry skills to help build some shelves?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people recycle old doors.
Gene, that's a 4-letter word, doors.
But you have to get them first to recycle them. I knew a lawyer that had a really neat old wooden door that was their desk. Had the glass on top of that, and we thought about doing the same thing, and then we saw how much the glass can cost.
Yes, we just recently went through that to cover all of our dining room tables, which we have 2 huge ones, and all of our furniture. But you know, it's a great investment, that glass.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it can be very pricey, but it can be very helpful for helping it last a lot longer if you don't put it on there. But so carpentry skills, because you need to build some shelves for the toy closets.
Yes. And we're not talking just your standard closet. It's a very large, 16-foot long.
Yeah.
It's a large closet.
Okay.
So this is a project, capital P.
All right, help out with that. And then the food on Mondays, that sounds kind of fun.
Right. You know, and I didn't thank the people that have already provided meals for us. There's Faith Baptist Discipleship Group, Wings Restaurant, and Pizza Hut have all stepped up and helped us out.
Okay.
So great thanks to them. What a relief, because if they weren't helping us out, Rebecca would be providing dinner. So she's emitting thanks right now.
Yes.
But you want to learn, right?
Oh, she knows how to cook.
Oh, you know how to cook.
It's just time.
Time, there you go.
Time management.
So that's why this really helps out on Mondays. So if you want to get on the list, if you want to get on Rebecca's list,
the good list.
The good list, call Haven of Hope. What's the phone number if folks want?
It's 575-231-7334.
7334. And the 575. Got to remember that now.
Yes, we sure do.
And call and say, how can I help?
Yep. Please do. Please do.
Do that. All right. What else? Is there anything else we need to share?
I don't think so. We sure appreciate your time and allowing us to come and visit with you and your listeners.
Well, we're happy to do that, and maybe somebody could volunteer to go to Albuquerque and get your doors.
I've been volunteering for a while.
Where are they? I'm on my way. Oh, gosh. I know that's going to be real exciting when they finally do arrive.
Oh, yes.
And try to get all that. Is that pretty much the last of the construction
Well, it's the
aspect
beginning of the end on the last of the punch list items, because once the doors are installed and the painters come in to finish up, then our access control subcontractors come in to finalize all of our security systems.
Okay.
So there's still a lot.
There's still a lot, yeah.
It all hinges on the doors.
All right.
Make that pun. But,
That's awesome. Don't forget that. You can
I will use that one again.
use
Gene.
that when you go out and give your presentations.
Yes.
Now, are you still doing that? Are you still going around, like, if different service clubs or groups want to have a presentation?
Yes, and I'd love to be invited to come and speak to different organizations. In fact, I'm going down to Carlsbad next month for the first time, so that's an exciting thing for us because we do serve like the Tri-County area here in New Mexico. So, yeah, we need to get the word out in other communities besides Artesia.
Okay.
We love Artesia, but we're willing to serve others.
Headed down to Carlsbad.
Yes.
Careful of those cave people. Of course, you're from here, so you are already familiar with cave people, so that's not.
Well, I'm an eagle. I flew over them. So.
That's right.
Good old Hobbs eagle.
That's right. All right. Well, Anita Braun, thank you so much for coming in. Rebecca, was there anything else you'd like to add or talk about or share today?
I was just along for the ride today.
All right. Well, thanks for coming in. Appreciate you being here. And again, if you have any questions, you can go to the website or you can call 575-231-7334. Haven of Hope here in Artesia. Thanks.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Same to you. All right, let's see what else is working around in the world of news. Eric will have the sports update and a Red Raider update next on Good Morning Artesia.
Now for your Pecos Valley News Update, I'm Jared Cirillo. Construction on East Rose Street at the intersection of East Rose and Old Cavern is now underway. Residents and businesses will always have access to their properties during the construction activities. However, signage is in place to slow and shift traffic on Old Cavern and East Rose Street will be closed to through traffic. The project consists of installing new sewer force mains, installation of new sewer manholes, street patching, and other roadway work and work items for completion of the project. The project is scheduled to be finished by the end of April. A Carlsbad man is identified as the victim in a deadly crash with a semi Tuesday. 70-year-old Cecil Parks was killed after colliding with the semi near Eddy County Road 206 and State Highway 200, according to state police. Troopers said Marks attempted to merge onto the highway when his pickup truck sideswiped the semi. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo.
It's time for the Eddy County Sports Report. We've got some tournament action going on in Artesia the next couple of days. The Artesia softball tournament will begin tomorrow, but the baseball tournament actually starts today. Starts with a 10 a.m. game between Goddard and Clovis. The host Artesia Bulldogs will be taking on Los Alamos tonight at 7 o'clock. But we also want to mention that Morgan Boatwright from Carlsbad, standout girls basketball player, has been selected to the 4A, 5A All-Star games. These are red versus green as opposed to north versus south as they used to be. But this is already going to happen this Saturday in Santa Fe, the 4A, 5A game, and Morgan Boatwright from Carlsbad is part of the green team. Congratulations to Morgan. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at KSVP Radio AM 990.
A Texas Tech baseball comeback and previewing Montana State next on the Red Raider Daily Update.
From diagnosis through treatment, make Caprock Cardiovascular Center your one stop for cardiac, peripheral, and vascular care. Caprock Cardio is proud to offer Lubbock's first and only full-service cardiology clinic and cath lab, now serving the entire South Plains and eastern New Mexico regions from convenient, state-of-the-art facilities. Caprock Cardio wants to be your complete heart health provider. Caprock Cardiovascular Center and Cath Lab is a proud corporate partner of Texas Tech Athletics and the American Heart Association. Our town, our team.
Red Raider fans, Texas Farm Bureau Insurance wants you to throw out the first pitch at an upcoming Texas Tech baseball home game. Register to win at RedRaidersContest.com. Opportunities to throw out the first pitch are March 30th versus Stephen F. Austin, April 9th versus Kansas State, and May 20th versus Oklahoma. Winner will receive 2 game tickets, a pregame field experience, and throw out the ceremonial first pitch. Enter to win by visiting RedRaidersContest.com and be a VIP thanks to Texas Farm Bureau Insurance.
Texas Tech baseball moved to 16-3 yesterday with an 11-5 victory over New Mexico. Tech trailed 5-4 going to the bottom of the 8th, but scored 7 runs for the win. Hudson White, Owen Washburn, Jace Young all had 3 hits. Brendan Girton got the victory. Texas Tech will take on Iowa in Iowa City Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The Friday first pitch is 4:05. Red Raider basketball will dance with Montana State, the Big Sky Tournament champions, coming up tomorrow. 12:45 is the tip-off for that one in San Diego. Montana State has won 6 consecutive matchups. They got to the NCAA tournament by defeating Northern Colorado 87-66 in the Big Sky Championship. The Bobcats are 5-0 in neutral site games. They are led by Xavier Bishop, 13.8 points per game, and Jubilee Bello averages 13.2 points per contest. You can listen on the Tech Sports Network from Learfield.
Hey, welcome back on the Good Morning Artesia radio show. We are rolling through Thursday morning. We're going to be here with you till 9. Then we're going to turn it back over to Hugh Hewitt for an hour as we've got a baseball tournament going on today, tomorrow, and I'm the video guy, so I'll be packing up a tub of stuff and heading over to the baseball park and getting ready to stream some ball games throughout the day today and tomorrow. Baseball is today, and softball starts tomorrow. And on the old calendar of games that are scheduled for today, we've got Carlsbad is taking on Berlin, and that's at 10 o'clock this morning. And then the 1 o'clock game is Goddard and Clovis. The 4 o'clock game is Santa Teresa and Moriarty. And the 7 o'clock game tonight is Los Alamos and Artesia. So those are the games that are scheduled to be played in the Bulldog Baseball Tournament, which, as we said, starts today. Then there'll be 4 games tomorrow, 4 games on Saturday. And hopefully the Bulldogs will be in that championship game and a chance to win the tournament championship. Softball is tomorrow and Saturday. It's the Lady Dog Invitational Military Appreciation Tournament. And at one point during the game, I think the home game Friday night, they're going to ask veterans to come out onto the field, and they'll be escorted by members of the softball team, family members if they're of the same family. And that recognition will take place tonight at this 7 o'clock game. But the one change to the softball tournament, Dexter can't play today. Dexter will play their games on Saturday. They can't play on Friday, I'm sorry. So Carlsbad needed a makeup game. So the Cave Girls are going to play Los Lunas Friday at noon. Win or lose, Los Lunas is advancing into the championship semifinal on Saturday, and Carlsbad is only playing that one game. But if you want to watch one of the best teams in New Mexico, Carlsbad Cave Girls, you buy a ticket and come out to the Lady Dog Invitational Friday at noon and watch Carlsbad play Los Lunas. Los Lunas, again, will advance into the championship semifinal on Saturday. Dexter will take over in the consolation semifinal and play their 2 games on Saturday. So they'll play the 10-2 games on Saturday. Los Lunas will play the winner of the Goddard Silver City game in the 10 o'clock game on Saturday. Robertson and Cobre play at 2, and Roswell and Artesia play at 7, and it's the season opener for the Roswell Lady Coyotes. They have not played any games until Friday night. That'll be their first game, and they'll be taking on the Artesia Lady Bulldogs at 7 o'clock Friday night. The winners will play at noon on Saturday. The losers will play in the consolation semifinal at noon on Saturday on the JV field. And then the games on Saturday for the championships will be the 7th place game at 2 on the JV field, consolation championship at 2 on the varsity field, 3rd place game at 4 on the JV field, and the championship of the Artesia Lady Dog Invitational 4 o'clock Saturday afternoon on the varsity field. So those are the games that are coming up today. And, this weekend. Today is baseball, and then softball and baseball Friday and Saturday. All right, it's going to be windy today, Steve.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Gusty wind today as low pressure and a cold front cross our area. Our high stays around 60, and we do have a slight chance of a shower or two around the Roswell area. Fair elsewhere. Partly cloudy overnight and upper 20s and breezy, and then we get sunshine back on Friday, but still cool. We'll be in the low 60s, back into the 70s and fair for the weekend. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
All right, Steve-O, thank you very much. Right now, we've got 57 degrees here in Artesia, New Mexico, under mostly sunny skies. Our humidity is 38%. The dew point is 32 degrees. Winds are out of the west at 18 miles per hour. Pressure is rising. It's at 29.70. Our air quality index is 43, so we have good air quality. Our sun will set at 7:07 this afternoon. The sun will rise at 7:03 this morning. Around the region, the folks in Carlsbad, mostly sunny and 59, mostly cloudy and 56 in Roswell. Hobbs is sunny and 55, cloudy and 45 in Albuquerque, 35 in Santa Fe, mostly cloudy and 30 at Cloudcroft, partly cloudy 37 at Ruidoso, sunny and 48 in Las Cruces, 38 in Farmington, haze and 30 at Red River, sunshine 44 in Clovis, and over there in the free state of Texas, Lubbock has partly cloudy skies and 54 degrees. Again, here in Artesia, we've got sunshine and 57 degrees. It's 8:45. Let's see what the markets are reacting to today on the Wall Street Business Report.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander. After beginning the year spending in a big way, Americans slowed their spending last month on gadgets, home furnishings, and other discretionary items as higher prices for food, gasoline, and shelter are taking a bigger bite out of their wallets. Americans who have long enjoyed the benefits of historically low interest rates will have to adapt to a very different environment as the Federal Reserve embarks on what's likely to be a prolonged period of rate hikes to fight inflation. BMW and Volkswagen warned this week that Russia's invasion of Ukraine is causing shortages of some vital components, forcing them to reduce vehicle production in Europe. The two German car makers said the war is having a negative effect on auto supply chains, which have already been battered by shortages of semiconductors. BMW said Wednesday that bottlenecks at its suppliers in Ukraine have forced the automaker to adjust. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
Eddy County government offers excellent benefits to employees such as paid vacation, sick, and holiday leave. Eddy County's insurance covers employees at 100% and their dependents at 60%. These benefits can't be beat. Call Eddy County Human Resources at 575-234-1312 today. To see a complete list of all open positions, visit eddycounty.org.
ENMU Roswell offers high school students the opportunity to get a head start on their college education journey into healthcare. Through the Allied Health Careers Pathway, high school learners can enroll in dual credit courses that introduce them to a wide range of careers that include emergency medical technician, paramedic, nursing, occupational therapy, respiratory therapy, medical assisting, phlebotomy, and nursing assistant. Start your healthcare career path at ENMU Roswell. Contact your high school counselor for more information.
Welcome back on the Good Morning Artesia radio show. Time once again to see what's happening at the Artesia Senior Center, and Carol is with us. How are you doing this morning?
I'm blessed. How are you?
Well, I'm figuring it out, I think.
Day at a time, hour at a time.
I just found out there, Our Lady of Grace Church is doing asado burritos this Friday night. Sunday in the morning, 9:30 to 1. burritos $4.50 or a quart of asado for $15.
Sweet.
So, yeah, I just, Juanita wanted to make sure we could get the word out on that. So that's going to be, it says right here, Sunday, 9:30 to 1. So if you like asado, this would be the place to get it, to get the burritos or all that. So I appreciate her coming by and letting us know about that.
Yeah, it helps with the community so we know what's going on.
I missed out on the fish fry.
You missed it. Oh, it was good.
Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah.
It's like they put a little chili in that.
Oh, really?
It wasn't hot, but it just had a different flavor in the way he battered it.
Mm-hmm.
I've never had a bad one. Let me just say that from over there. It's always excellent.
Well, Lana thought about going over to get some because I was, believe it or not, doing a baseball game down in Carlsbad.
Yes, I do know.
And so I didn't get to go. And then I got back and I said, "Did you go get the fish?" And she said, "No, I just didn't feel like getting out." So we missed out on the fish. So
well, and I think they had more people wanting to buy it than they had fish, which is always a blessing.
That's what she said. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, it's asado this weekend, Sunday, in the morning, from 9:30 to 1:30, and you can get the burritos for $4.50 and a quart of asado for $15. So be ready.
I'm ready.
Good. Well, what's happening at your place?
Hey, thanks for having us. I need to get the word out that you only have to be 50 to come to the senior center. And I was told there's one of your listeners, Matt Brewer, who might qualify. So if you know Matt Brewer, everybody give him a call and let him know that he might or he does qualify for the senior center.
I'm sure he'll be happy to know that.
Yes, I'd like as many phone calls to Matt Brewer as we can.
Hey, Matt, you can now hang out at the senior center.
Yes,
that's just
there you go.
That's what you say.
His wife will appreciate that.
Well, happy birthday, Matt.
It's not his birthday, I don't believe, but we did find out in Bible class that he should qualify. See you down there, Matt.
He can learn to play dominoes.
I'm pretty sure look at that Texas coming out. Pretty sure. I'm sure he knows.
There you go.
I needed to let everybody know in the community we have expanded our transportation now. We're still limited to the 6-foot rule in the vans, so it's not as many people we can take. But we are taking people to things other than the medical, the mill site, and the senior center.
Okay.
But nothing on Friday. That's just, it doesn't work. We tried that when we were open before, and I was having to stay overtime because people wouldn't stop their shopping. So it's Monday through Thursday.
Okay.
Call us. We pick you up at 8:30, take you where they need to go because we have to be through by 10:30 so we can do our mill site runs.
Okay.
So if you have any questions, call the senior center and we will get it all explained to you.
Okay. They hire
We hired two van drivers.
That's what I thought the mayor had mentioned. So
yes.
So that was good.
Yes, it is. Sweet. And they're excellent drivers. Both of them come with experience.
Good.
So training them was very minimal. They were,
here's the keys.
Well, I had to go with them, but no, they did an excellent job. They're excellent drivers. I wanted to remind everybody of the Green Thumbs, the first and third Monday. We're not doing this across the top. If you need to know what's happening at the senior center, come by the radio station. He has a stack of calendars. Come to the senior center. Get online with Artesia, the city website, and go to the senior center, and you can't miss it. The button is right there. Click, and it brings you up the calendar.
Excellent.
We're hoping to get people to come down to the senior center. This last week, we've had about 3 that needed calendars and came down, and that way we could give them a tour and they could see firsthand what's happening.
Yeah.
So the highlights this week are going to be the Green Thumbs, and it's the first and the third Monday of each month. Also the poker.
Okay.
On Tuesdays.
How's that going?
It was a little slow this week, I was told. Some of them don't like to have to pick what game they're going to play.
Gotcha.
I'm like, pass that deck. Let the next person pick it. And I've got Matt Brewer calling me. Texting. I'm 49 and holding. Matt, I'm going to ask Kelly.
I don't know.
You still call Matt Brewer, every listener out there.
Yeah. Hey, you can go to the senior center.
I see. That's right.
They will welcome you in.
But the poker is fun. It's dealer's choice.
Okay.
It's dealer's choice. The other thing I needed to remind the community about is this New Mexico low-income tax rebate.
That's today.
That's today.
Mm-hmm.
It's every Thursday this month from 9 to 11. Okay? Bring in your information, which is all of the money that you receive. Like if it's a Social Security check and a retirement check, we need the proof of your income. So
Okay.
all income.
I saw I still have that original flyer from February.
Yes, I heard it on the radio.
And so it's 1099, Social Security, SSI, W-2, and earned interest.
Yes.
And a driver's license or ID.
Yes.
Social Security card. And if you're over 65.
Yes.
Is Matt over 65?
I don't know.
Okay. We know he's over 50.
It said 49 and holding, and it's flashing again. So
Yeah, I wonder how long he's been holding. But if you are indeed over 65, you can bring your property tax or rent receipts. And
the rent receipt is not, you don't have to be over 65 for that.
Okay.
That's for low income.
For low
Just
income.
the property tax, 65.
Okay. And then so that will help get the forms filled out properly.
Yes, and I have to apologize right now. Rosie works down there at the assessor's office, and the other gentleman, either one of them are so willing to help to get them a copy of that. To let you know what your property tax is, so we can include that if you're 65. And because of the COVID, they have raised the limits, so people are getting nice little checks.
Good. So it's well worth the time to gather the information to come have the rebate form filled out.
To me, if it's $25, that's $25 more than I had, but and what people need to realize is the information they give us is what we put on there. So ultimately, they're responsible, not us, because it's their signatures saying it's true.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
So, with that said,
but that's tomorrow.
Today.
Or today, I'm sorry. That's on Thursday, 9 to 11.
9 to 11. That's today, 9 to 11. So, and then I guess it's St. Patrick's Day.
It is. I got lucky. There's
I
a little
saw
bit
that.
of green in
I
the...
had a little bit of green on a leaf on mine.
And I knew it was St. Patrick's Day, and I remembered it was St. Patrick's Day, and then I just put this shirt on and went to work. I didn't even think about
It's
it.
got green. You got lucky.
I got lucky.
You got lucky.
Although pinching somebody nowadays will get you in hot water. So
don't pinch.
Don't do that.
Don't pinch.
Because that was the punishment.
Yes.
Back in the day.
Right.
You don't wear green, you get pinched. But oh my gosh, you can get in so much trouble if you do that.
You get in
today.
trouble if you look at somebody wrong nowadays.
I know. So don't do that.
No, and I did want to remind our viewers that tomorrow the hearing aid man will be there.
Okay.
So that way, if they have any issues, they might not can hear me right now, but maybe their friends can hear me and tell them to bring them down and let's get them adjusted.
Well, and he sells fresh batteries too, good batteries. So if you need batteries, he'll have those for sale. So
he does that. So
excellent.
It's a nice thing.
Now, also Saturday is Van Drivers Appreciation Day.
That was, yes, I saw that. And I was thinking it was the other. So if you are riding the van, it's Friday, not Saturday.
Okay.
The 18th.
Oh, all right. It is the 18th.
Is
Why
van?
did I say Saturday?
Because the way that little bus is.
But that's okay. It is. I don't know. I'm being silly today. There's Friday. It's the 18th. So Friday is Van Drivers Appreciation Day.
Tomorrow is Van Drivers Appreciation, and it's amazing how a thank you will just make somebody's day go better. Show them some appreciation, because it's public knowledge what they make. It's not much. So show them appreciation. Say, hey, thank you. I appreciate this. That really does help me. And but these two are so willing to help. I haven't had a van driver yet that wasn't willing to help our seniors.
Sure.
So
that's good to know.
It is. It's a good thing.
So just a word of encouragement would be.
And I understand you're going to a ballpark in a couple
I'm
of
leaving
minutes.
here as soon as I get turned over to the news. I'm going to go watch some baseball and hopefully make it to where you can watch it too.
I like going, but I don't want to go with the wind. If you'll flip the switch, I'll be live. Otherwise, I'll be seeing you on the computer.
Okay. That's very good.
That's how we have to do it.
Do you have a riddle for me or a brain teaser?
I do. Let's see. I have several pages here.
Okay.
Wish I had one about age 50 so Matt Brewer could get in on it, but I don't have one to talk about for age 50 for Matt Brewer.
Okay. Well, do you have one for really old people like me?
Hey. Well, this is so bad that now I've had this so long, it's all.
Okay.
What is a frog's favorite year?
What is a frog's favorite year? Leap year.
Oh, you're so quick. You're so... What do you call a fairy that hasn't taken a bath?
A fairy that hasn't taken a bath. Pigpen.
Stinkerbell.
Stinkerbell.
Let's do one more.
Uh-huh.
What has one horn and gives milk?
What has one horn and gives milk? The milk truck?
There you go. Good job. Gene, thanks for having me again. Let's remind everybody, call Matt Brewer, come down, have your low-income tax done this morning, and come see us. Come take a tour.
That's right. You just have to be 50.
Just have to be 50, or now your spouse can be 50, and then you get to qualify to come down.
Okay.
So, because it wouldn't be fair to let you in and tell Lana, I'm sorry, Lana, you're 20 years younger than Gene. You can't come in.
Let's see.
What are you laughing about?
3 months younger.
I was giving her...
Okay, 3 months. Not, well, 3.5 months.
Okay.
But not 20. But
Not 20, but
not 20,
okay.
but 3.5 months.
So we hope to see you down there.
All right. And thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you. We'll hopefully see you at the ballpark.
That's where I'm headed.
Okay.
All right. Thanks
Bye-bye.
a lot, Carol. We're going to wrap up the show today, turn it back over to Hugh Hewitt for an hour, and I'll see you at the Brainerd Baseball Park for the baseball tournament. This is KSVP Artesia. It is 9 o'clock.
Breaking news this hour at townhall.com. I'm Bob Agnew in Washington. Fewer Americans applied for unemployment benefits last week as layoffs continue to fall amid a strong job market rebound.
Jobless claims fell by 50.